good evening everybody. I hope you can hear, I hope you can see, I hope you've got hymn books and things ready to sing in whatever part of the country you are. Right, bit quiet tonight, says Tina. Right, well we can improve the volume, so we'll see what happens. I did start quietly. I don't always have to make a big noise, but so our first hymn is Holy, 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 which you've just heard me sort of do a preamble, sort of wander around, sort of vaporising as us organists are prone to do. So it's number 7 in Hymns and Psalms. I haven't checked out what it is in Singing of Faith, but I'm sure you're all capable of checking in the index. And of course it was in Methodist hymn book as well. So I played the tune over, and you know what's going to happen. We're going to start in a key slightly higher than the one I just finished in, so hopefully it doesn't grate on your ears. Sunday. Holy, holy, holy. So I thought, well, we didn't sing that at church this morning, being Trinity Sunday. Just let me check on the technology. I want to make sure everybody can hear. Good. Yep. Margaret in and Yorkshire says the volume's fine. So that's good. I have changed one or two things around yet again. You remember I had a nickname of being called Meddlesome Matty. I haven't changed. I still like fiddling with things, but I've listened to the results I was getting. I'm not happy with the clarity of the picture, so I don't quite know what I can do, but still, there we go. So I'm moving on to Lord of All Being, number 11 in Hymns and Psalms. Lord of All Being, throned afar thy glory flames from sun and star, centre and soul of every sphere, yet to each loving heart how near. Now I had a request to do My Song Is Love Unknown 173 to a different tune. I may have told you this before, and if I have done, then forgive me, but my father didn't like this tune. I think he liked the hymn, but he didn't like the tune, so I wonder whether he would have approved of the tune I'm going to play it to this evening, which is 143, St John Culkin. I had a request from John and Deanne, who live at Three Marston, both members of the chapel choir, of the church choir, and involved in church life, and I think it's fair to say that there's a lot of people that are there for both services, but John and Deanne make most weeks, actually, both two services when we have two services. Deanne is also a prayer pastor for the street pastors, as is Steve Harris, who's a street pastor, and it is something which I freely admit I don't think I could do in terms of commitments on a Sunday. So if they don't arrive on a Sunday, then it's because they've been out the night before. So looking after those people that need some help. Anyway, slightly digress, but it's good to just know what other members of the church actually do, and the various roles which they get involved in. You know, if you want something done, ask a busy person. John was great on getting AVA, audiovisual, sorted in the early years, a faithful member of the choir. Deanne with her commitments, singing in the choir, singing in the Three Spires, and various other groups, Celtic Voices, both of them in, and so on and so on. So, so here was a request for, my song is Love Unknown, and I'm playing it to the tune of 143. Now we've got quite a lot of verses here, well, let's see, if I think we're going on a bit, I might say, right, we'll cut to such and such a verse, but we want one or two verses of this at least to learn the tune by Colkin, St. John. So here we go. So I'll play it over for you. That's a rather nice tune. It's better with all the right notes, so I'm going to do that play over once again, because really that wasn't very good, was it? No. sometimes make you think differently about the words when you're singing an unfamiliar tune. Alright, you've got to get to grips with the notes and things, but once you're sorted with those, then it does bring something new. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. What's Grace, O Lord, and Beauty Shone comes from the Methodist hymn book, and this is the hymn that I've been trying to track down, and the tune. And I did say I would play it, and I forgot to play it the other evening, but I've included it this evening. And it was a tune that was very dear to my granddad, and I well remember him having it in a service, and I think it's rather lovely. What grace, O Lord, beauty shone around thy steps below, what patient love was seen in all thy life and death of woe. I suppose these words are timeless, aren't they? Thy foes might hate, despise, revile. The fourth verse, give us hearts to love like thee, O Lord, to grieve far more for other sins than all the wrongs that we receive. We know that our world is in torment, and quite how it's all going to be resolved remains to be seen. But here we have a lovely hymn, and I think it perhaps suits the mood of, well, the words are rather lovely, but there's lots of contained with the mood of the world, and to think that, you know, the time in which Jesus lived, there was civil unrest and all the rest of it. But there we are. So, what grace, O Lord, and beauty shone. I might sing some bits, you never know. There we go. So, here's a play over. What grace, O Lord, has see why it was a favourite of my grandfather's, and led, you know, there in my memory. And that's it, isn't it? One with thyself. May every eye in us, thy brethren, see the gentleness and grace that spring from union, Lord, with thee. It's an example, isn't it? All the time, trying to point people in the right direction and follow the example we were given by Jesus when he was here on earth. And moving on to what used to be considered, I suppose, a modern hymn, Lord Jesus Christ. Doesn't seem quite so modern, dare I say, these days. It seems to have been around for a long, long time. 617, but it's got a different feel to it. So and once again, the words are so appropriate. So here's a bit of a play over, and join in. 617, Lord Jesus Christ. I forgot to say actually that last hymn, the tune was by C.H.H. Parry, Charles Hubert Hastings Parry, the man who wrote I Was Glad, etc., etc. And I finished there, finished in the tunes in the minor key. So often the minor key is described as being perhaps slightly sadder. I think I've said this before, and I finished in the major key, that sign of sort of triumph, the old Tierce to Picardy. And don't forget, there is the quiz that is coming up. So where we finish in the major and having started in the minor, it's called a Tierce to Picardy. How about that? And don't forget the old quiz which is coming up. Lord Jesus Christ. Let's do that. and yeah, done that lots and lots of times, and every time I play it, I seem to play it sort of slightly differently. It's not quite as I was thinking this evening, but never mind, another time. So I thought, it being Trinity Sunday, I would do 695. I bind unto myself today the strong name of the Trinity. Well, a big hymn this, but it's great. So I'm going to do it all. In verse 5 we have a different tune. It always amuses me that we have, not that we have a different tune, but the name of the tune is Deirdre, and it just makes me smile. I suppose perhaps I'm thinking of Deirdre from Coronation Street. I take it she's still in it. She must be about 108, I should think, now, because she seems to have been in it for a long time. Anyway, so for verse 5 we have a different tune called Deirdre. The actual tune, St Patrick, a traditional Irish melody, and arranged by C.V. Stanford, Charles Villiers Stanford, another great composer who taught at one of the institutions in London. So let's go for I Bind Unto Myself Today. Watch out, because second verse, I'm reminding myself we have to go back to the beginning, and then we do verse 5, and then I've drawn an arrow, I had drawn an arrow somewhere to remind me to go on to an alternative setting of verse 6. So I hope by the time I get that I'll remember all of that. So our last hymn for this evening, I Bind Myself. So let's go for that, and let's go for that, I bind myself today. Oh, here's an introduction. so appropriate for Trinity Sunday. So thank you for coming along this evening. I hope you enjoyed that. As always, keep your requests coming in, and the more requests that I can play for you, so much the better. I did share this afternoon Richard McVeigh, who does hymn requests. He actually does his live, so people just he has some to start with that he's readily prepared, and then people just ask for their requests there and then, which is great. He's got somebody to help him. My cats are completely useless at finding hymns, completely useless, and they behave themselves. There's one asleep over there, and I don't know where the other one is. Probably gone off hunting or something. Anyway, so keep your requests coming in. I'll be here live on Thursday. You might see me crop up live at some other time during the week as well. There is an RSCM big service Sunday coming up next week, to which choirs are invited to take part, and I've said that I will do a rehearsal, and I will do it online. If you want to get involved and want to see the music, I can show you how you can get hold of that. Some lovely pieces, some hymns which you're going to know. So if you do want to do that, then just message me, and I can sort the music for you, and you have a bit of a sing through, and it'll be something for next Sunday evening, 6 o'clock. You'll be able to watch the service going on, and feel so disposed, you can sing along as well. Anyway, thank you for joining, and I'll see you Thursday, and as always, stay safe, keep well, keep doing the things we've been doing, good night, and God bless.